Welcome back. Welcome back. Your man Diamond K in here, of course, on the all-new radioonfire.com. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in. The Diamond K in the Morning Show, of course, weekdays, 8 a.m. But I don't want you to miss any of our live broadcasts in addition to our 8 a.m. program. We drop content throughout the day as news happens, so hit that notification bell so you get an alert every time we go live here on the program, delivering the biggest political and trending news stories of the day with interviews, original reporting from Atlanta and Baltimore. This show is upbeat. The show is fun, but I also want to expose what is really happening in America. So good morning to everybody. Jam-packed show for you today. Happy Friday to everybody. This murder trial for former officer Chauvin, the murder of George Floyd, something that has just impacted me tremendously and definitely the country as well. The defense of Derek Chauvin, signaling, hinting, suggesting that the onlookers, the people that were on the street, the young kids, the older folks, the people that witnessed this murder, the suggestion that they were an angry mob by the defense is just very, very striking. Very striking. Not sure if you've had a chance to tune in to this trial. Thankfully, we are able to see it. So, Derek Chauvin tried to defend restraining George Floyd in a phone call with his supervisor. Officers could have ended their restraint of George Floyd much sooner than they did. That's what the supervisor said. And, the kneeling on George Floyd's neck, it sent a horrifying message to everyone who saw it. So George Floyd's ex-girlfriend testified about his drug use. And no one is denying the fact that he had drugs in his system. I think the prosecution brought this up. You didn't want the defense to bring this up first. You wanted to attack this. This was going to be a vulnerability. This was going to be something problematic from the standpoint of if the defense brought this up prior to the prosecution. But regardless of the fact that he was on whatever or was high or whatever he was, that gave no right to Chauvin to end his life. He callously, viciously, cold-heartedly ended his life, George Floyd's life. So even Derek Chauvin's supervisor criticized him. There was no reason police couldn't have started chest compressions on George Floyd. No reason why. Other than the fact that they had no regard for his life whatsoever. No regard for his life. And the paramedic who responded to George Floyd's arrest testified yesterday during the trial that there was no reason the police could not have initiated chest compressions. So Derek Smith is a paramedic with the Hennepin County EMS. And he described arriving on the scene that fateful day, May 25th, 2020, and witnessing 3 police officers on George Floyd's body. 2023. Smith said that he was immediately checked Floyd's pulse, but could not detect one. He said that it appeared that he was already dead. Smith and the other paramedic on the scene, Seth Bravider, loaded Floyd into the ambulance and with the help of some of the officers. So, I mean, any lay person can do chest compressions. So there's no reason why they couldn't have started that. This is a very, very heart-wrenching, very difficult trial. Chauvin has been charged with second and third degree murder, as well as second degree manslaughter. Of course, he's pled not guilty to all of the charges. So Smith took the stand on the fourth day of witness testimony in this very high-profile trial. So the Genevieve Hansen, she's an off-duty firefighter who witnessed Floyd's arrest, testified that she asked Chauvin and the other officers to allow her to check Floyd's pulse after he stopped breathing during the arrest. She said she was blocked from checking the pulse or providing any medical attention. So, it just goes on and it goes on, and these testimonies are very, very devastating. And to some of the witnesses, it's difficult for them to watch the footage again. Very difficult. This is a critical time. They need to get this right. Very critical time in this country. So we have this trial going on, and a very rare case, the fact that we're able to see. Normally, we have journalists kind of summarizing things for us, but yesterday was another intense day in the trial of Derek Chauvin. Another very intense day. So Courtney Ross said she was Floyd's ex-girlfriend, testified that she had been in a relationship with him since August of 2017, and they were together until his death. Ross provided details about Floyd, their relationship. She described Floyd as a mama's boy, saying that he was devastated and broken when his mother died. Ross said he tested positive for COVID in late March and that he had been quarantining. So if he tested positive in late March, did he really have it May 25th, 2 months later? Ross testified that they both struggled with opioid addiction. Prosecutors were the first to ask about opioid use. And like I said, the defense is going to bring this up. They plan to make a case that Floyd died of unrelated medical issues and drug use, and that they've argued that Chauvin was following proper police protocol with his knee on his neck for almost 10 minutes. Really? Yeah. So, like I said, very intense day. The trial of this former Minneapolis police officer is going to resume 9:15 today. And we're going to continue to talk about this. This is something that has really gripped the nation. And we knew that. But jurors heard the testimony yesterday, and they're going to hear it today. A series of witnesses have testified. And of course, everyone you should be aware of this, that Floyd died May 2020 after Chauvin placed his knee on Floyd's neck while he said he can't breathe. His final moments recorded in a horrific video that led to widespread protests against police brutality and racism, as well as incidents of unrest. So we're going to continue to cover this, and you'll be able to see live coverage, radioonfire.com. So those just tuning in, your man Diamond K in here. Diamond K in the Morning is now available on the WRF Radio app. Simply download WRF Radio in your app store. Leave me a comment. You can scroll your timeline, attend a Zoom meeting, or do some online shopping. Send an email while listening to Diamond K in the Morning. The WRF Radio app, they have a pretty amazing lineup. Just to name a few, DJ Cornbread does the midday mix. Morgan Brittany hosting the top 10 at 10 countdown. A lot of exciting things over there. Make sure you download WRF Radio, the app, and anywhere you get your apps. So also, Joe Biden, President Biden. What are your thoughts on President Biden? He has, I feel, learned a lesson from the Obama administration when they had control, just by a very small margin than what is enjoyed now, but control of Congress, right? And they kind of slow rolled things. Biden is not taking the same approach. They've learned the lesson. And so Biden is trying to push some things through. Biden has even asked the education secretary to see if he can legally cancel student debt. What? I'm sure that a lot of people would be excited about that. Now, what is something that has really been just an explosion since it was announced? Biden's infrastructure plan, and this infrastructure bill is really takes aim at Trump's biggest economic achievements. But some people are skeptic about Biden's plan. Republicans think that he's trying to spend too much. Progressive Democrats think that he's not spending enough. But this is going to be a test that this infrastructure plan is going to have to face in Congress. AOC, I guess you would kind of say the most vocal part of the progressive wing of the Democrats, she said that the bill's too small. Joe Biden wants to spend $2 trillion on infrastructure and jobs. Now, of course, this is done over time. The plan includes everything from road repairs and electric vehicle stations to public school upgrades and training for clean energy workers. President Biden introduced the plan earlier this week, sweeping $2 trillion infrastructure and jobs package that will reshape the American economy and make the most significant domestic U.S. investment in generations. It's a very far-reaching American jobs plan. So, of course, wherever you are in the country of America, you know that there are aging roads and bridges. Aging roads and like potholes like you wouldn't believe. So they want to jumpstart the transit projects and rebuild schools and hospitals. This would also expand electric vehicles, replace all lead pipes, and overhaul the nation's water system. But the plan goes far beyond just infrastructure. And that's what Republicans are going to point to and try to use as a reason to stop this bill. It has much by way of jobs. It is clean energy jobs. Manufacturing, a boost to caregiving as a profession to serve the elderly and the disabled. These are amazing investments and stuff that is long overdue. So let's break down some of this plan, some of the Biden plan. Transportation infrastructure, $621 billion. The plan would make a massive investment in America's roads, railways, bridges, with the focus on clean energy. You know, we know that. That is not a surprise. Quality of life at home, $650 billion. The largest part of the plan focuses on American homes, schools, underground water infrastructure, and broadband expansion. So that's the largest part. Now, caregivers for elderly and people with disabilities. President Biden wants to pump $400 billion to improve access to quality, affordable home or community-based care for elderly people and folks with disabilities. It would expand a Medicaid program to make more services available and eliminate a backlog that prevents thousands from getting care. About $300 billion in this plan would be invested in manufacturing, including support for domestic production of technology and critical goods. Around $50 billion would go towards semiconductor manufacturing and research, some stuff that really needs to be done right here in America. How's he going to pay for this? Biden wants to raise the corporate tax rate. This is something that Republicans are going to focus on. The corporate tax rate to 28% to pay for the plan. A percentage that the White House noted is still below what corporations paid before Donald Trump's infamous tax cuts back in 2017. Biden also wants to increase the minimum tax on U.S. multinational corporations to 21%. Republicans are gonna fight him on this, but that is what the president is trying to do, what he's pushing for, and frankly, what I hope happens. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, at The Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire. And of course, Diamond K in the Morning. I am here weekdays, 8 a.m. Anywhere you get your podcasts, just search Diamond K in the Morning. And, you know what it is. On to some Baltimore news. A man seriously injured in the Northwest Baltimore gas explosion over the summer is suing BGE and in Baltimore. So the gentleman rented property, and he was injured in this explosion that took place on Labyrinth Road. It was a massive explosion, and it happened over the summer, and he's suing BGE and the Baltimore mayor and city council. His name is Terry James, and this explosion killed 2 people on August 10th, which is my birthday, for goodness sake. So he is suing for $50 million in damages and $50 million in punitive damages. He's also seeking $50 million in damages from the mayor and city council. So it is an astronomical amount, and that's definitely going to be taken down some, I assume. Mr. James suffered permanent injuries and mental injuries and required numerous surgeries when his basement apartment exploded, according to the lawsuit. The suit says that Baltimore Gas and Electric has had a well-documented history of ignoring safety rules and regulations designed to keep persons like the plaintiff safe, and as a result have been fined by the Maryland Public Service Commission. So I had a feeling that a lawsuit was coming, and it's been a little while, and I'm surprised it took this long. The suit says that BGE disregarded information about a large gas leak at the site, while the mayor and the city council wrongfully permitted the homeowner to utilize this multi-unit rental dwelling without proper license or registration. As of yet, BGE has not commented. This is going to be very interesting. And the lawsuit is correct. They do have a history of ignoring regulations, and when explosions happen, and this is not the first explosion. When explosions happen, they try to act like it was somebody else. They, oh, what, him? Never. Who? How? When? That's how they act. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this progresses. They're probably going to try to settle this out of court. Yeah, I don't like the way they move in most instances. Just not feeling them, right? Just not feeling them. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok at The Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire. So, many of you wanted to get kids back in school. You wanted to open things back up. You're just in such a rush to do this. Even though we have a pandemic, even though the pandemic, we haven't concluded. I mean, there's all this talk about the vaccine, and that's fine. But baseball's opening day reflects this politicized nation caught between this COVID-19 and hope. So it is just, COVID-19, the infection numbers are rising. Not just here, they're rising a lot of places. So it is just so much going on. In Norfolk, a woman was injected with an empty syringe instead of COVID-19 shot at a CVS. Yeah. And the variants make Minnesota the new COVID-19 epicenter. I know we want things to be over, but this push to get things done so quickly before they were actually ready to be done is actually causing us to be in the midst of another uptick. COVID-19 hospitalizations rise in New Jersey. Baltimore has created a portal for all residents to pre-register for the COVID-19 vaccine. While in Baltimore, they destroyed like 15 million vaccines. Oops. And the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine, a disaster. Dr. Fauci said we may not need that one. Y'all may just hold that one. Yeah, just hold that. But, if baseball is a metaphor for American life, an opening day brought, springtime and maybe better days ahead. But the nation is divided by the politics of this pandemic. Georgia's battle over Republicans' voter suppression, that's also dividing the country. But the fact that there were fans in seats at all to watch some teams play baseball just underscore how much of the country is itching for a return of some sense of normal. And I get it. But you can want something and not be ready for it. We could be stranded in the boat. You want to get to shore, but we can't get to shore yet. So you just dive in the water and you drown? That doesn't make sense. We want to stay alive. We want to stay alive. So vaccines are continuing. Biden rebukes the Texas Rangers on capacity crowd move. The issue of crowds. Biden, said how much he disapproved with the plan by the Texas Rangers to have a full house for their home opener on April 5th. So that's a decision they made. I think it's a mistake, the president said. They should listen to Dr. Fauci, the scientists, and the experts. But I think it's not responsible. Biden said in an interview with ESPN. In lieu of throwing out the opening pitch before the Nationals season opener. So the Texas Rangers plan to fully open their ballpark for their first game and then to play before a slightly reduced crowd, slightly reduced capacity with social distancing sections in subsequent games. So Texas is just going to do what Texas wants to do, right? They just, whatever. They just do whatever. You just tuned in. It's your man, Don McKay. Don McKay in the morning here on the all-new RadioOnFire.com. Of course, you can always support the program via Cash App. It's $DJ Don McKay. PayPal.me/RadioOnFire. Contact me at djdonmckay@gmail.com. Visit RadioOnFire.com. Let's do this. We're going to take a quick break. Come back with more of the program after this. Radio on Fire is a listener-supported radio and podcast network streaming from our production facilities in Baltimore and Atlanta. We're able to broadcast programs like the Don McKay Show because of our listeners and some amazing partners like The Lifestyle Secrets. Are you a baby boomer? Were you born between 1946 and 1964? Well, more than 71 million Americans are baby boomers. And as you're continuing to age, the goal is to experience as few aches and pains as possible while staying mobile. TheLifestyleSecrets.com helps you do just that by providing a blueprint to reduce and or eliminate joint pain by teaching its members to communicate naturally with their bodies. TheLifestyleSecrets.com gives baby boomers step-by-step videos, natural recipes, and most importantly, the motivation to re-energize themselves naturally. Visit TheLifestyleSecrets.com to join this active community of baby boomers today. And I encourage you to shop with all the companies that support Radio on Fire. Before we get back to the show, have you ever had a NutriBurst liquid vitamin? This stuff tastes great, and they say it's great for you. NutriBurst liquid vitamin. Now, my girl Moochie told me about this, and me and Moochie go way back. She said, Don McKay, you have got to try this. So I asked Moochie, what's so special about NutriBurst liquid vitamin? What makes it so good? Then she gave me the rundown. Check this out. 72 minerals, 10 vitamins, 22 phytonutrients, 19 amino acids, 13 whole vegetables, and 20 herbs. Get your NutriBurst liquid vitamin today at TotalLifeChanges.com/MyMoochie. That's TotalLifeChanges.com/MyMoochie. Tell them Radio on Fire sent you.
Giving you more talk, more news, and more music. It's Radio on Fire.
This pandemic has really sped up what was already happening. The world has become even more digital. Folks are on their computers, their tablets, their phones, all the time. This is where people go to get their information. Here at Radio on Fire, our target listener is 23 to 54 years old. So business owners, I know times are hard, but I also know how important it is to get in front of your customers. Advertise your business, product, service, or event on Diamond K in the Morning or any of the other Radio on Fire programs. We have an affordable package for you. Visit radioonfire.com/advertise to get started. Again, radioonfire.com/advertise. We'd love to connect with you. Welcome back, you man, Diamond K. Diamond K in the Morning on the all-new radioonfire.com. Make sure you visit radioonfire.com/join. The Radio on Fire VIP Club has a lot of interesting things for you. So check us out over there. Exclusive programs and a lot more. You can support independent journalism, bringing you the news and more, and entertainment. We're going to get into some Lil Nas X news. We don't talk about him on the program too much. Also, later on in the show, I'm going to be joined by singer and rapper Chris Michael, who's going to talk to us about his project, which is called Volume 1. So we're going to talk to him in a little while. But as you know, everybody is not stuck in the house. Some people are trying to get out and do things. There is a spring sip and shop. So you can come and support small businesses at this pop-up shop that is going down Saturday, April the 17th, 2021, 911 Event Center, which is 8777 Philadelphia Road, 21237, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. A lot of vendors. Now, they will all be following COVID regulations in this pop-up shop, which is going down, as I said, Saturday, April 17th, 2021, the 911 Event Center, 8777 Philadelphia Road. So it's free admission, free on-site parking, and check out some of the vendors: clothing for all, accessories, hair and body care products, nutrition products, candles, home goods and bundles, infused treats, personalized items, workout gear, homemade baked desserts, on-site lock maintenance, and much more. So this is, natural items inspired by, how do you say that? A lot. Okay, a lot. There's a lot going on here. And I'm going to get you a number for more information. But, if you're trying to shop for the springtime, that might be the move. That might be the move for you. So, Lil Nas X, the 665 pairs of Lil Nas X custom Nike Satan shoes that were ordered may not reach all of its buyers. Nike is clapping back. They were granted a temporary restraining order against MSCHF, the art collective responsible for creating this controversial Air Max 97. So the court ruled that the Brooklyn-based company cannot fulfill any of the orders after the shoes reportedly sold out in 1 minute. 1 minute. The raffle for the 666th pair of the shoe is currently on hold. And Nike wants MSCHF to stop all orders in transit and recover them. How are they going to do that? Anyway, Nike filed this trademark infringement and this complaint yesterday of the Satan shoes. He said that we don't have any further details to share on the pending legal matter. We can tell you that we do not have a relationship with Lil Nas X or MSCHF. The Satan shoes were produced without Nike's approval or authorization, and Nike is in no way connected to this project. So lawyers for MSCHF said that the majority of the shoes, which were priced at $1,018, have already shipped. So they like saying, it is what it is. It's already gone. Nike's attorneys say that they have serious doubts that the company was able to fulfill deliveries of that many shoes with only a few days. Nike can fill those. So they say, you ain't us. MSCHF. What kind of name is that? Nike's attorneys also argued that fulfilling the orders would not eliminate the irreparable harm caused by the shoes. The sneaker company said that customers are starting to boycott Nike for its apparent association with Satan. Exactly. So Nike has claimed that it is the sole controller of the signature swoosh logo, not third parties like MSCHF. Despite the controversy and the backlash, Lil Nas X, his single Montero, is expected to debut pretty high on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Surprisingly, he is not named in the lawsuit. So, is it that Nike sees value in Lil Nas X and wants to do some business with him later and just wants to get rid of this middleman? Satan shoes, though. That's interesting. It's rumored to have a drop of blood in it. Who comes up with this stuff? You man, Don McKay, Don McKay in the morning, the all-new radioonfire.com. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. I'm trying to get my Twitter game up at the Don McKay Show. And I definitely holler back at folks on Instagram, also at the Don McKay Show, Facebook, and all social media. You can get at me over there. djdonmckay@gmail.com. They are talking about boycotting Rolling Stone. Never really liked Rolling Stone, but that is what, if you go on Twitter, that's what they're talking about. Boycotting Rolling Stone. So they're saying that Rolling Stone is particularly disgusting. They try to conceal their Saudi, Trump, and GOP connections behind a rock and roll magazine. They are feeling the backlash after The Hill broke the story yesterday that Rolling Stone is funded by the Saudi government, supports Trump, donated millions to the GOP and the GOP super PACs, and mocked giving American workers a living wage. Wow. Yeah, they're in trouble. The article in the Hill Reporter, The Demise of Rolling Stone, How a Legendary Magazine Sold Out to Trump and the Saudis. Interesting read. You want to check that out. As I said, the folks over at the hillreporter.com. So after the break, I'm going to be joined by the godson of R&B and hip hop, Chris Michael. And you're listening to Don McKay in the Morning on the all-new radioonfire.com. And we'll be back. More of the show after this.
So let's get away inside that body, babe.
Welcome back. Yours truly, Don McKay, in here. Don McKay in the Morning on the all-new radioonfire.com. And as always, we are playing hot music I have special guests in the building getting ready to hop on with us. What's going on? Chris Michael, how's it going?
What up, man? What's popping, man? What's going on?
Hey, you the man. Tell people what we were just listening to.
We was listening to All Night Long featuring Brittany Anderson.
That's what's up.
It's probably going to be like the second single off the EP, but we'll see.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe, you know. So how do you make a decision like that?
Honestly, I just kind of like go with the vibe of the season.
Yeah.
So
you kind of just let nature decide.
Yeah, I let nature decide. Plus, I DJ too, so I kind of see, what everybody feeling when I get, to the club or whatever.
Yeah. So for those that don't know you, please introduce yourself and who you are and what you do.
Yeah. What up, y'all? My name is Chris Michael, the Godson of hip hop and R&B. I started out as a choreographer. I used to dance on MTV, and then I did a couple of videos with Junior Mafia and Queen Latifah. And fast forward, at about 18 years old, I moved to Baltimore, Maryland, and I met Little Mo, and then I ended up choreographing for her. And from then on, I always knew I wanted to do something on stage besides dance and be a choreographer. I always could write. So I ended up getting into writing with one of my peoples and didn't even realize I could sing. So he took me under his wing, and that's how Chris Michael was born.
Yeah. So I guess let's go back to the beginning. So where did you grow up?
Oh, I grew up in New York, in the Bronx.
Mm-hmm. And so, as far as your earliest musical memories, what are your earliest musical memories?
My mom playing a lot of Patti LaBelle on Sundays, a lot of gospel music growing up. But my earliest like real memory was my brother. I don't know, I might have been 5 or something, and he was playing Nas. So I think that was kind of like my real introductory into to like hip hop, into music.
Yeah, so those are I guess it's vast, but like you say, it's hip hop and R&B. So that's why your influences both is like hip hop and R&B. It's not like I get that. What as far as a performer, were you a performer as a child?
I guess I was always dancing around or whatever. I had my little sister or my cousins dancing with me or whatever, and I was always teaching. So that was something like, that was a God-given talent. So I just knew how to do it without even having to, take classes or anything. So I guess I was a natural born performer for real.
Yeah. So so you come to Baltimore. What brought you to Baltimore from NY?
I actually was in Atlanta. Things didn't work out there as far dance wise, and when I moved here, this girl, she was actually braiding my hair one day and was like, "Yo, my friend Donovan is looking for dancers for Little Mo," and I was like, "Word." So I went, me and him linked up or whatever. He was like, "Yeah, bro, he was like, you it." So I ended up working with him, and then I think a tour later, I ended up being her choreographer. And then that lasted for like 10 years straight. Yeah.
I met you around that time when you were doing choreography for Mo. And so the transition. So I guess coming here and not growing up here in Baltimore can be tough. How was the transition? Like, you being from out of town. Like, did people embrace you, or was it tough?
I think being from New York, everybody out here love my accent. So as soon as I started talking, people was like, "Yo, you from New York?" And so nobody, I got love as soon as I got out here. So it was nothing like that.
That's good. And so how did people react to you making that transition from the dance aspect to being an artist?
That was kind of hard. Nobody didn't really take me serious for real. because everybody know me for dance. That's all I would do. I would live, breathe, and eat dance or whatever. So when people was like, he not really serious about this singing thing, but I kept going because it was something else that was in my heart besides dance. So
yeah, so the road was rough, I guess you could say. Yeah. But one thing that you really have that a lot of people don't have is that performance aspect, because you have that, and you're a person that people go to for that. You know what I mean? It's like you don't really have to. You can collab, I assume, with other people, but your stage show's got to be crazy because you already have that entertainment aspect within.
Yeah. But I kind of like pride myself on those type of things. Back in the early 2000s, I was someone that really, like, I used to run home from junior high school and try to get that Missy Elliott video or that Busta Rhymes video or whatever. I grew up with Faith Evans and Carl Thomas. I'm from the Bad Boy era. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like who I am right now. I'm like, when I say I'm the godson of hip hop and R&B, literally that's who I am.
Yeah. So as far as the name, what made you adopt that name?
Everybody else, I honestly, I didn't want. I wasn't nobody's son. I didn't have a father growing up, so I didn't look at. You know what I'm saying? I didn't look at none of the OGs like, man, that like y'all the fathers of music or whatever. I was just like, you know what? Let me just pull myself back, and I'm not gonna do what everybody else do. I'm not the king of R&B and all that nonsense or whatever. I niched out my own lane for me. There's nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Like me. There's nobody else like the godson of hip hop and R&B, bro.
Yeah. So when you went into the studio to work on Volume 1, what was that experience like? What was the motivation behind the songs and the compositions?
So when I actually went into the studio to go record it, I had kind of was going through a heartbreak situation. So all the music kind of was geared towards that aspect. And then I had ended up doing a Nicki Minaj challenge, and everybody was like, because my family always like, yo, you never do nothing with your roots or whatever, because my half my family is from the Dominican Republic and my other half of family is from Jamaica. So I was like, all right, let me just do something. And so I purposely went and set out to do All Night Long. And then when I did that, I was just like, all right, I need to do another feel good joint. And then the whole EP took a whole turn. So there's really like no love hurt songs on there. Maybe like one or two, but all the love hurt songs, that's gonna be on another album. So what intended to be didn't end up being. That's what ended up happening.
Yeah, and so when you write, do you have to come from a point of personal experience?
Most of the time, I believe for me, when I come from a personal place, it speaks to other people and they can feel it, like it gets personal for them. Like I'm having a conversation with that person, even though they don't know me. Like that's how I felt like when I used to listen to Faith Evans. Like it used to be like a conversation that she was having with me, and I'm just like, damn, chick, she talking to me right now. So that's kind of like how I want to put that right back in the atmosphere.
Yeah. No, I feel you on that. Just tuning in, Don McKay in the morning. I have the godson of hip hop and R&B and hip hop, whatever you want to say. Chris Michael in the building. So the pandemic, how has the pandemic affected your musical journey, or has it?
Honestly, it let me get into the studio and create a little bit more. I was always creating, but I was working a lot, and there was a lot of things around me that was preventing me from just staying focused. So when the pandemic hit, I was able to just literally stay focused and be in the studio and do what I needed to do.
Yeah.
Like I took advantage of the pandemic. I ain't let the pandemic take advantage of me.
That's good. And a lot of people haven't had that philosophy, and but then a lot of people don't have the quality of music that you have either.
Yeah, well, I mean, one day you gotta wake up and be like, enough is enough. Like you gonna get bored with some people, you're gonna get bored with sitting in the house and doing the same old thing every day. So that wasn't me. Well, it ain't never been me. It ain't never been me. So I don't sit still.
Have you been doing performances yet again?
That's the only thing that I haven't been doing. But Just Hilarious' father, his name, I call him Uncle Kev. He be doing these little karaoke open mic joints at Olive Branch in Baltimore. So I be going up there and doing my little performances. He let me wild out a little something.
That is good. So project is out now. People can stream that everywhere.
Yeah.
So I want to do this. I want to throw a couple of names at you, and you just give me the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay?
Oh God! All
right. Joe Biden.
The man.
Okay. Michael Jackson.
Icon.
Beyonce.
Vocal technician.
Drake.
I don't. Yeah, come back to that.
It's an answer. Okay.
Yeah, come back to that one.
Jay-Z.
One of the kings of rap.
Chris Brown.
R&B pop star.
Lil Mo.
Trendsetter.
Mary J. Blige.
Oof. The queen.
Yeah. What I agree with, except for your stuttering on Drake. I mean, I agree with that, everything that you said.
I'm still trying to I don't know.
Is it his versatility that's getting you?
Yeah, okay, versatile. There you go.
Yeah, because he's right. Musically, he's all over the place.
Yeah.
But do you watch the versus competitions?
Yeah, I watched a couple of them.
What do you think? Like, did you see Brandy and Monica?
Yeah.
So, like, what do you think about them? I mean, they came up because of the pandemic. Do you think that they're good? Do you think they're bad? Like, what are your thoughts on versus?
I think versus is freaking amazing. The only thing that I really don't like is that these artists are old as hell and they sitting on these platforms acting stupid. Like, it don't make no sense. Like, we not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I paid my money a lot of times for most of these artists, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not paying to see them go back and forth. I'm paying to see them perform, not have no daggone attitude. So I could give props to an artist all day because of their talent, but don't, you know what I'm saying? As soon as I see something that's weird, I'm gonna call them out on it, because I don't do no nothing like that. I've always been with Mo, anybody that I've toured with or did anything with. If somebody asks me for an autograph or stop and want to talk to me, I do it. No matter what the case is, unless it's a dire emergency that I gotta hurry up and leave. But I just stay. That's what you do as an artist. That's what you do as a human being when people, you know what I'm saying, they take to you or they buying your product.
Yeah. Don't get Hollywood and all of that, or take for granted the people's, admiration.
Yeah,
absolutely. So aside from Chris Michael, who do you listen to?
Oh man, I really don't even listen to the radio no more. I listened to this new chick. I think her name is Anaya Loomis or something like that. She's dope. My niece, she's out. Her name is Kaya Alexis. She's dope. Oh man. I listen to because I DJ, so I listen to the Cardi B's and Amigos and things like that.
But you like to get outside the box as well. And yeah. How did the DJing start?
Oh man, I was a kid when the DJing started. my father had owned a Jamaican restaurant when I was younger, and so I had they had turntables in there, so I guess I just started messing around on those, and it was just something that I always did. And I guess from there and doing talent shows, I used to mix our music and everything. So I always did it. So I've been doing that since I was a kid. That was easy for me. Music was in my blood, period.
Which, or I guess, do you have a favorite? Is dancing or DJing or being an entertainer? Like, do they rank or are they all equal? That's a hard question, because when I get behind a turn, no, that's not a hard question, because sometimes I get behind the turntables and people can make you feel like you don't even want to be at the, you know what I'm saying? So definitely.
But there's times when I get to a party, and bro, like, it's like people just want to hear what you playing. They don't want to hear the same old mess, you know what I'm saying, that they hear on the radio, and they having a good time. And then by the end of the night, I'm back there sweating and dancing, and everybody's around like, yo, like the DJ, we need him again. So, you know what I'm saying, when I get those feelings, it's just like, yo, this is the best feeling in the world.
Definitely.
But then, you know what I'm saying, when I get on the stage, I think singing is probably like the best feeling that I get. Honestly, that's probably the one.
Yeah. Do you still get stage fright?
I honestly, since the pandemic, I didn't perform for a whole year. So the first couple of times that I went out to the open mic, I was nervous, but I've gotten out of it. Yeah.
It's I always am interested to how people like handle stage fright or whatever. Some people don't even admit that they have stage fright. I think everybody gets stage fright. It's just in, you know, how you handle it, and you know, because you don't know all the time how the crowd is going to receive you. And so it's always that. But I like how you say you push through it and you get through it. So it's just one of them things.
And once I get like the first couple of notes out, I'm kind of like fine. Even whether people are paying attention or not, I'm good.
How active are you on social media?
I'm pretty active.
Yeah. Do you like this digital age, or do you miss yesterday with CDs and all that kind of stuff?
I kind of miss the CDs. Because I actually wanted to be one of them artists. Like I miss that, yo, like signing and just being personal. You know what I mean? Like I used to go to the record signings or whatever, and they used to sign the CDs or whatever. So I got a couple of my joints. So it's just like, man, I wish I was able to do that, but it's cool. I get to just interact with the people online or when I see them out.
Yeah, it's all good. It's like you said, it's one of them things. Those in stores and that kind of stuff, it used to be crazy. And that's a good feeling. But I mean, on the flip side, on a digital landscape, you can get fans that you wouldn't have necessarily been able to get before because of the reach of social media. So as far as social media, how can people stay in touch with you and follow what you got going on?
Y'all can follow me anywhere. Or Chris Michael Sings, ChrisMichael Sings, or Chris Michael the photographer. I do photography with my team, 1924. So I'm doing a lot, bro.
Yeah. That's what you call an empire. You got it going on. What about producers that want to send you music or collaborate with you? Is that something that you open to?
Definitely. They could definitely hit me up, and they can either DM me or Chris Michael Sings on any of those things, or hit me up at chrismichaelsings2016@gmail.com.
Yeah, I mean, you have a good project out there. I definitely encourage people to stream that, and I like your sound and your energy and all that. I really appreciate you chopping it up with me. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, bro. When we gonna do something? Because it's been years in the making.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so you already said it, so we just need to make it happen. Definitely, all right. I'm with it.
All right, bro.
Absolutely. Again, Chris Michael joining us, Diamond K in the morning. Thanks a lot, bro.
Yes, sir.
And of course, your man Diamond K. That was Chris Michael, and as I said, Volume 1 is available now. People need to check that out. He's got a lot of heat on there. You know, something for everybody. Now, we're going to do this. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and close the show out. And the song of the day is Entanglement. Chris Michael, just so so y'all know. All right, we'll be back with more of the show after this.